Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Martina and today I'm going to share with you my latest journal with the name Enchanting Laces. Have a look to this cutie. It's a custom order for a lovely lady named Judy. Hi Judy. And she saw the video of another journal which I did and asked me whether I could do a similar one, and this is the one. And I have to admit, I think it turned out very nice, and I'm really in love with this journal and the way it looks, and it's romantic, it's lacy all over, it has laces inside, it has more than 140 pages and a lot of pockets, flip outs, surprises inside. And to celebrate this journal I took on this crochet bracelet which I did recently, and I thought it nicely fits to the presentation of this wonderful journal. So let's have a look from a little bit closer. I used a lot of lace and crochet doilies, vintage and newer ones. Some I made, some of them I did myself, like this little, very tiny little flower over there. I used laces which I had coffee dyed. Some of them I dyed with red wine. And I had several layers of lace on this cover. I couldn't stop, and yesterday I did the last finishing touch to it and I added some more things. So have a look to the spine. For instance, I added this little rose over here and this crochet flower. On the back side there's also a lot of lace, and as I said, layers over layers over layers. Most of them are sewn on the cotton background, but some of the laces, bits and pieces, the final ones which I added yesterday, I have glued on because this was the time when the cover was already attached to this booklet. So, and as a final touch, I added this little cameo in a light purple tone with this bow or something like this over here, because I thought the color of this cameo is very well in tune with the color of this red wine dyed lace on the edge of this journal. Enchanting Laces, that's the name of it. And let's have a look and see if you get enchanted as well by it. So, opening it, it's closed with sari ribbon as usual, sari silk ribbon. And I have also added a little key which can be removed, of course. So, that's the look from when you look into it like this. And you see I have used ruffles, as I tend to use. I have used a lot of lace on the edges, and I have also used some other fabrics which you are going to see when we go into it, inside it. So, opening it, you see first of all you have a look on the ruffles which I have added on the edge, and you can see that I have covered the inside cover with another lace in a wonderful rose motif, and I have added a brocade belly band, and beneath it there sits the card with a Victorian lady. I have also covered the opposite side in lace, and it's a very, very fine lace. It's so fine on the side that you can see the wonderful design of the digital paper behind it. And I love the trim, I love the border here with these roses, and it's also nice to the touch. When you flip it, here I love this wallpaper because it also has a very pretty rose motif, and it's also a little bit 3D and you can touch it nicely and it's very nicely embossed. Again, some rose lace on this side, which is very similar to the roses over here, and therefore I think it nicely fits in terms of color as well as in terms of type of rose. And again, another rose picture, and behind it, which is glued on, and behind it I have a little tag. There are many tags and many pockets, you will see. On the next side, belly band, which I have coffee dyed because it was very, very pink. It was too pink, and therefore I coffee dyed it in order to make it a little bit more muted. And another card here. On this side, there's another card behind this envelope. I've added some decoration on top, silk and some other fabric. And here there's some vintage lace glued on the page. And when you open this little envelope, which is made from wallpaper and has a small little trim of crochet lace, you see that inside, and it's expandable so it can carry more things. Inside there is a little card saying love's greetings. I don't close it, I will close it later. You can see that I have used coffee dyed paper, and throughout this journal there are quite some pages with coffee dyed paper. Some are, very few are avocado dyed and some are also eco dyed. But I have also used pastel colored pages like this one. It's in a light rose tone, and I have added this very, very pretty and so soft to the touch fabric, which has this yellow and rose tones, and it's so harmonic to this coffee dyed paper and to the paper behind it. And here I have done some stenciling with a flower motif. I have to make sure that we are still on the screen. A pocket with cards, some vintage paper which I have coffee dyed. It's a dictionary, Latin German. Here there's a nice trim with gold and off-white. Here that's the first eco dyed paper, and I tend not to do any decoration on these eco dyed papers because I think they speak for themselves. They are so pretty. You see the pattern of the leaf, or of the, I don't know, was it it was a leaf in autumn, from autumn, and therefore it has this very strong colors, and therefore I left it like this. But on this page I have added some rose trim, and most of the trims and laces I have sewn on, like this one. And on the next side I did some stenciling, and in these corresponding pockets, in a very, I tend to say French type design with rose motifs, I have added various journaling cards. Coffee dyed, eco dyed. It's a plain paper, but on the other side I have added some stamps with flower motifs. Here, this is a sticker with a Victorian teacup, and behind it I have added a little booklet which says 60-inch tape measures, and well, it's backed with some vintage book paper. I've done some decoration inside with stamping gesso and some gold, and these are just expandable paper and coffee dyed and for further information or notes or whatever, and it sits here like this. On some occasions I have also added some digital paper because I love this watercolor type design, and it fits very nicely to this silk ruffle which I have colored myself. It's very soft silk, of course, and it has pink and purple tones, and it frays. There is some fraying in this journal. I hope, Judy, you don't mind. Here there's another journaling card with butterflies, and this is the end of the first signature. In total, this booklet has 5 signatures. This is the typical way I do journals, because I think that's a good number, and it allows for a lot of decoration. The second signature starts with a very nice rose motif, and I have added 2 layers of lace, one lace and one ribbon, and of course the colors are matching to the motif. I have backed the page with another very pretty, I think, digital paper in light green tones, and because it's so nice, I have added a vellum pocket to make sure that the design is still visible. And in this pocket there is a journaling card and 2 tags, and I have added some chiffon pink bows to it. That's another of this I love so much, eco-dyed papers, and you see the pattern of the flower very nicely. A card with some watercolor design. Again, I made sure that it fits to the ruffle, and the funny thing is, when you turn it, then you see that the back side also fits very well to this blue tone over here. Here I have used, which I do from time to time, a copy of a fashion journal from the 1890s, so end of the 19th century, and 2 ladies in their fashion. Here there's another journaling card which carries a ruffle on the edge. It sits in a triangle pocket, and when you turn this pocket, you see there is a doily which I have turned into a double pocket, and there is a journaling card and there is a tag with some lace ribbon on top. This is some cotton lace over here and some stenciling on this side, and you might have seen this already because I started to do this kind of thing in some of my other journals, and I like it, so therefore I show it again. It looks like this, and it's a pocket, and you can turn out, of course, the tag which is behind it, and it's some ruffled journaling card, and you can flip this out so you have enough room for writing, and also have a pocket here. And this paper, and I love it so much that the ruffles show on the edge. And this paper I dyed myself with some brushes and different other colors, and some of them also, because there are few of these papers in this journal, some of them also have some gold tones. Another coffee dyed paper with a very pretty flower lace on the edge, some stenciling on this paper. This here, this longer trim, and you see it's a little bit discolored, and this is because it's very old. It stems from an old apron, and I left it like this. I was thinking maybe I should coffee dye it, but I left it like this because it carries the sign of age, and I think this journal is also about vintage, and it's also about beauty of the age, and therefore I kept it in here. So this one here you can flip out. This is again paper which I dyed, and it's coffee dyed, and it carries some ornament here which is also gold toned, and behind it there's another envelope in this belly band, and in this envelope there are 2 tags, little rose and a white rose. So put it back. Here, this is some fabric which has this very soft decoration circles, and it's in light blue, and it's sewn on it on this page. Some die cut over here, and there's a small pocket with some little tags, all with rose motifs. Yeah, there are many roses in this journal because I think it really fits nicely to this kind of journal, to this type, which I love to do. And I'm so happy with, I'm very happy with how it turned out. Here there's a belly band, and I have added some flower decoration here, and behind it there's a journaling card. Sorry if I'm off screen. Another little decoration, and it's turned into a pocket, and there's a very, very tiny tag behind it with some silk ribbon on top. This is the back side of the fashion magazine, and on the opposite side there's a pocket. There's a combination of pockets, and this inspiration I got from the wonderful Angela Kerr, which you might know. She does many wonderful tutorials on YouTube, and I love to see what she does, and she recently showed this kind of a pocket, and I thought this is something I would like to do. And this is how I did it, how it turned out. So it's you can flip this out. You see I have added 2 layers of lace, so I couldn't help it, there is lace all over. So it flips out, then there's a tag inside, and that's not all, because there's another pocket, and in this pocket I have added some piece of book from Edith Holden with some nice flowers in German, of course, because I'm from Germany. And then here you see these ruffles, and you can tear, and again there's a journaling card behind, and this ruffle, which is fraying quite a bit, stems from a curtain, and I love this green and off-white beige tones, which so nicely correspond to the colors of this tag. Put this back here. No, not put it back, because I want to open this first. And you see there is a little bit room for writing, for making some notes. And there's another pocket. And in this pocket there are 2 little journaling cards. So, and I found it very special, this kind of a combination, pocket combination. Thank you, Angela. So let's see. Okay, so there's another pocket here with some card, eco-dyed paper, and this is the end of the second signature. Now let's go to the third one. And the third one again starts with some nice motif in roses, and I've added a little lace decoration here, and on the edge there is this double-sided, double-layered lace, which I also used on the cover itself, but there I used it in a coffee-dyed version. Here there is this self-dyed paper, which I used to back this up, and here, this is also funny, this is the trim of a vintage sari, and it has this, again, rose motifs, and it has this rose and purple and light blue tones and gold, and I think this is so well in tune with the two, with this tag and with this journaling card, and also of course with this bigger tag, and it all sits, they are all sitting on this very nice paper here. If you are very attentive, then you see there is a pin, not a pin, how to say? Well, there is this thing to attach something, and when you turn it, you see what I attached is a lace collage or a snippet, and I was first thinking whether I should glue it on a page, but then I thought, no, let's use it in a little bit more versatile way, and I have used it as I turned it into a bookmark, and so it can be attached wherever the lady who gets this journal might want to use it. Or she can also cut it in pieces and use snippets from it. Doesn't matter. And I think it's a nice place for it, because the trim on the edge with this gold tones is also a good combination to this lace collage. And here, I've shown this before, you see there is ruffle here, you can turn it like this, and this is a tag. And this ruffle is made from silk, which I dyed. This is a very pretty trim here. And this one, wow, this was one of the first things I did for this journal, because I wanted to make an envelope made from lace and or covered in lace, and that's it. It's quite bulky, not really bulky, but it's quite heavy because there's a lot of lace, several layers again, as usual. It's sewn on, and I have backed the inside with this self-dyed paper, and inside the pocket, inside the envelope, there's a little card which is a photograph from a collage which I did with several napkins and something like this. So it sits inside. I don't put it back now. And when you turn it, I have glued on a journaling card with some ruffles here, and behind it, behind this pocket, there are journaling cards and a tag. Some very fine lace over here. Pretty rose digital paper. I have added a die cut with a rose again in a nice color scheme, and here also colored roses and this little, I love this little dress in rose motifs. I have attached this collage which I did, and which I did with several pieces of paper, did some stamping and added gold on the edges. And behind it I have put on some washi tape in order to make sure that it doesn't tear the other pages. Again, some lace, and that's the end of signature number 3. Now let's go to number 4. Rose motifs and nice rose lace. Behind it there is a pocket with journaling card with some ruffle, and this ruffle is again silk from vintage sari. Here I added a piece of paper or a page which I coffee dyed, and also did some stenciling with gesso, and probably you cannot see it, you cannot read it, but it says merveilleux and wonderful, and it has these vintage ornaments. This is another paper clip on a lace, and I added some doilies. Here there is lace collaged tag which I have glued on this strip of paper. Here's some stenciling. On the back side another pocket with a journaling card. Stenciling on this paper, some cotton ruffles, a flip out with some with a crown and some nice flowers on the back side, and inside there sits a tag. And here again this nice trim with gold motifs. On the next page there's a pocket from different various layers of lace. Oops. And inside this pocket journaling cards. There's a smaller piece of paper which has some gold ornaments, a cotton ruffle, some corresponding pockets with journaling cards. Many journaling cards, as you can see, and many rose motifs. So yeah, that's what I love to do. Here again some fine lace, another small pocket with a journaling card. This is a paper bag which I coffee dyed to have this nice sound, and I've sewn in the middle, so I have 2 pockets, and in this pocket there are 2 tags, and these are the tags which I do with embossing and stamping and coloring and these kind of things. And I love them very much, and therefore they are usually always in my journals. So, and this is the end of signature number 4. And here there's another pocket. It's the same pocket like you have seen on the first page. See, that's corresponding. And again, some cards inside. Here we meet again this curtain ruffle with this nice color, which is in tune with the color scheme here, the darker green and this beige tones, and therefore this was the perfect place for this ruffle on this page. Here backed with self-dyed paper, a card with some rose motifs and this very pretty lace over here. And here on this side there's a gate which can be opened. And those of you who have seen some of my videos might remember that I say, because I love peacocks, there's always a peacock in my journal, and this is the peacock here. And this pocket is made from a paper bag, which I have where I have attached some light fabric, and this is another tag inside here. So I don't close it. This is some nice digital paper and a cotton lace. Again, this flippy out, stenciled on the back side. But this has some specialty, because when you flip this out, you see that there is an envelope which is coffee dyed, and inside this envelope there is another page from Edith Holden with very nice pictures from flowers. And this is how it works. Some hidden spaces in this journal. Stenciling, coffee dyeing, plain ruffle on this side. There's a little pocket, and there's a little piece of paper with a with a pretty bird. Another pocket, tag, journaling card, some die cuts, plain paper. This is just a decorated page. This is the end of the 5th signature, but it's not the end of the booklet, because there is still something more to come. And this is on the cover page, on the inside cover of the on the inside page of the cover. Oh God, there are some flip outs here. I added some lace, I added a bee, and inside there is a card with some motifs, some flower motifs. Here there are some tags that you can tear out. Another one, there's a journaling card where I've added some lace to draw, not to tear, to draw. And behind, look at this nice rose motif. There's another of these pretty cute dresses, and it sits in this pocket here, and that's a picture, some lace, and we are already at the end of this journal. But I hope it was not too long for you, but still I want to show you the final look. Isn't this great? I think it's quite heavy, it's quite bulky. It has, I've forgotten to tell you the measurements. It has, in inches, 8.7 times 5.9, and the spine measures 2.8, which translates into centimeters, 22 by 15 and 7 centimeter spine. I hope you enjoyed this short, not so short, but I hope yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you soon, and have a nice day, have a nice afternoon, and bye bye, Martina.